Hello, hello. So here we are now for the last part of our story, The Banshee, Queen of Cork. So I hope you're ready. I hope you remember the story with the two little heroes here, Oni and Finn, and the character of the Banshee. So you remember the action. There is this Banshee who arrives in the middle of a rock concert, and she starts screaming. And everyone is scared. If you remember, everyone is surprised and scared. And the two heroes arrive. You remember, they travel from through mirrors. It's their superpowers. And they arrive to get the Banshee and to get her back to the other world. So they arrive, but they arrive too late. The Banshee is already gone, so they chase her. And they ask for information to different animals. First, the bat. And the bat says the Banshee is in Kinsale, Travelgan holiday camp. So they go there, traveling through mirrors, and they arrive there. They arrive in the holiday camp, but once again it's too late. The Banshee is gone. So after that, they go to the wildlife park, and in the wildlife park, they see her, she's here, the Banshee, and she screams again, and then she leaves. So where does she go? The peacock says she's going to Blarney Castle. So Onia and Finn go to Blarney Castle. They ask questions to the fish, and the fish say that they really like the scream of the Banshee. But anyway, and once in Blarney Castle, finally they get to talk with the Banshee. And they learn that the Banshee is really sad because actually she wants to be a singer. And she's very sad because nobody wants to listen to her. But Onia proposes a solution, and she says we need to get back to the sea. So, what solution does she propose? What do you think?
Et c'est là que nous allons commencer la dernière partie de cette histoire pour voir quelle solution on peut proposer à cette Banshee qui veut juste en fait devenir chanteuse et qui veut juste qu'on l'écoute.
So, part 5. Maidenhead was a piece of land with towering cliffs looking out at the Atlantic Ocean. It was a wild place, but it had a visitor center. There was a mirror in the toilets, and Finn and Onia dived out of it. They crashed right into a woman who was standing there doing her makeup. "Oh, sorry," Finn said. The MAC agents ran outside. So if you understand here, they arrive in a place called the Visitors Center. And as usually, they travel with the mirror. Yes? And they cross the mirror, and a woman is here doing her makeup, le maquillage. So, Cleona was waiting for them at the top of the cliff. A cliff? This is it, a cliff, une falaise. She was already screaming, or singing, if that's what you wanted to call it. Onia and Finn covered their ears as they watched the sea. Down in the water, creatures came to the surface. There were all kinds of fish, dolphins and whales, even octopuses and squid. They had all come to hear Cleena sing. Do you understand what's happening here? A lot of creatures, sea animals, come to hear the Banshee. So, do you know what is this animal? A dolphin, yes. This one? An octopus, yes. And this is a fish, of course. And do you know what is the name of this big animal? A whale. Okay, it's written here, a whale. There's your audience on your set, as Cleena went quiet. Your screaming is music to their ears. They'll do anything for you. And there's lots of islands out there with no people, Fionn added, pointing out to the sea. You can find yourself a nice, quiet place to perform. If you don't make any more trouble, we won't have to take you back to the other world. So, what do you think, Cleena? So, do you understand what Fionn is saying here? You can find yourself a nice, quiet place. Un endroit sympa et quiet, tranquille, silencieux, to perform. Perform, pour chanter en fait, pour faire ses performances de chanteuse. If you don't make any more trouble, we won't have to pay you to take you back to the other world. Donc il lui propose un marché. Si elle fait plus de problèmes, ils n'auront pas à la ramener dans l'autre monde. So what do you think, Cleena? Cleena turned to them, smiled and nodded. Then she looked back at her audience and began screeching again. The creatures of the sea squealed in delight. You see, the creatures of the sea, they are really happy. And Cleena is happy too. Isn't it nice to see someone so happy? Anya said softly to Fionn. He nodded, his hands still over his ears. Yes, it is, he said. Now let's get out of here. She's hurting my head. And so they left the Banshee Queen of Cork singing to her fans. And if you're ever down that way, you might still hear her sometimes singing to the sea. So what do they say here? If you're ever down that way, you might still hear her sometimes. Si jamais on se rend sur cette falaise qui existe, pour de vrai, on pourra peut-être l'entendre chanter. Donc, à vous de regarder la carte et d'essayer de repérer où ça se passe. Retournez un petit peu au tout début de la partie 5, on vous dit le nom de l'endroit. So, I hope that you enjoyed this story. J'espère que vous avez apprécié la lecture de ce petit conte. Et voilà, c'est terminé. Donc je vais vous laisser là. N'oubliez pas de répondre aux petites questions à la fin et aux petites challenges des notes de musique. Merci beaucoup de m'avoir écouté. Bye bye!